Hi, this is Steve Smith. I'm the editor of PHC News Magazine, and today I'm joined by Marilyn Morgan, the Senior Product Manager at NIBCO. Marilyn, looks like we got some press product launches to talk about. Why don't you just go right in and tell us about what we got here.
Well, NIBCO has been expanding our press product portfolio in response to the market need and demands. And I'm first going to talk about our Press G, which is a copper fitting for compressed air and natural gas applications. It's CSI certified and for use in copper tube systems, as you can see here. And here you have the yellow CSA mark. It features a patented leak detection system, so you can identify uncrimped connections and correct that before you system test.
How so?
Well, you pressurize the system to 15 psi, and if the connection is not crimped, it will leak.
Okay.
So it'll leak gas or liquid.
Okay.
And then you can pressurize the system up to the system level.
Okay.
Right. So we launched this in November. It's shipping now. It's a variation of our original press fitting. Here we have the water-based system with the black EPDM seal. So EPDM doesn't like lubricants and oils, so you can't use it in compressed air and natural gas. And HNBR doesn't like water. Okay. So that's why we essentially have the same fitting, but different seals and different code approvals.
Okay, all right.
Right? So these are both shipping now.
Okay.
And we're very excited about this product. This is our Press ACR product, and this is an evolution of our original water-based press product. And the challenges with Press ACR is that it needs to meet a 700 psi level limit, as opposed to 200 psi on these products here today. So in order to accomplish that, we've got a patent-pending grooved system on the inside of the fitting that grabs at that soft copper pipe. So it gives it a little bit more bite, if you will. We also have a 360-degree crimp, and so we have a 360-degree point of contact, and we use a higher kilonewtons tool to accomplish that. And there you see our gray HNBR seal that is a special formulation for use with approved refrigerants and lubricants. Right. And that's coming soon, mid-year.
So you're talking about ACR, obviously, air conditioning and refrigerant.
Correct.
And we were talking before we started the interview that, obviously some things don't like these things that are in oils and lubricants. So this stands up to wear and tear of that,
This stands up to the high pressure requirements,
Yep.
and the HNBR seal has been formulated for use with the lubricants and refrigerants used in HVACR systems.
Okay, all right.
So with the two of these, NIBCO is firmly established as the leader in copper press fitting solutions for copper pipe systems.
So you got
but we're moving beyond that.
everything covered. Oh,
Everything
almost.
copper, almost. And then we have our bench press product offering. And this is for use with black iron pipe systems, as you see here. And we have two solutions. This one with the yellow O-ring, yellow HNBR seals for use with gas and compressed air, CSA certified with the CSA mark. But then we also have a version with the black EPDM seal for use in water-based solutions. So we're moving beyond copper to black iron pipe and carbon steel. And this will be coming mid-year as well.
Mid-year. And one of these also is mid-year?
Yes, Press ACR is mid-year.
Okay.
And Press
this
G,
is out now.
These are
November?
both shipping now, Press G.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, why are you doing this? I mean, I think I know, but you tell me. What's the growth in these
the press
to connect?
The press market has been growing in double digits for easily the past 5 years, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So we're seeing natural organic growth in our core product line, and we're seeing market demand for these additional solutions, a lot of interest. And the thing that's driving that, of course, is the thing that everybody's talking about, is the lack of skilled labor in the marketplace today, and the need to have other connection options. And the other great thing about press is that it is a flameless solution. So there's a safety issue, there's a fire watch issue, there's lots of issues that go on with safety. And as we were talking about earlier, a lot of the new refrigerants are actually a little bit more flammable, than the legacy refrigerants. So that creates even more sensitivity and even more of an interest in the Press ACR solution.
Okay, very good. Okay, so it's not going away.
No.
For sure.
For sure.
And now, what do you have any ideas on the growth of the marketplace for these products?
I think it's going to continue to grow easily in double digits. I mean, we've been tracking the growth, over the past 10 to 15 years. and it is, even though the market size is growing, the rate of growth is not slowing down at all.
Okay.
So, and there's actually more and more adoption. In the early days, with the water-based product, the adoption was a little bit slow, but we're seeing adoption increase as the credibility of this application becomes more established. People are willing to look at it for compressed air and gas, and they're willing to look at it for press ACR. So I think that's opening a lot of doors for the product solution in general.
Okay. Is it safe to say that compressed gas is more of a newer application for
Definitely.
press to connect? I mean, obviously plumbing, it's been, it's kind of...
It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's old news, that's
Okay.
right. But definitely natural gas and compressed air and press ACR are very new applications that have just really emerged in recent years.
And for the exact same reasons.
Exact same reasons.
Labor shortage for
whether
you're plumbing
flameless
or
solution,
doing gas piping. Okay.
All that.
Okay. All right. Now, you wanted to talk about tariffs and how they affect your supply chain, and I know from talking to you beforehand that these are the two that are affected. So why don't you tell us?
Yeah. So the wonderful thing about
the
wonderful thing about NIBCO, we have a vertically integrated manufacturing facility in Stewart's Draft, Virginia.
Yeah.
And these fittings are made from 100% pure, globally sourced copper. They actually bring cathode in through the back door, and then out of the front door comes the fitting. So no issue with tariffs, no issue with service, delivery, quality. It's a wonderful manufacturing plant, and they can pivot to these three configurations because they're based on the same core process very easily.
All right.
So very scalable too.
Good. Okay. Well, one last question we always ask everybody is what can our readers expect from NIBCO in the year ahead? I mean,
That's right.
Obviously, they can expect these.
That's
but
right.
Is there anything else on your mind?
We're all in on press applications and solutions, so I'm sure there's going to be more of those to come.
Okay.
Both in the copper-based world and the other materials such as carbon steel and stainless steel. So we're committed to that product category and the growth that it offers and the benefits that it provides to the marketplace. And then we're also innovating in the copper space in general, and in the future you will see other copper solutions from NIBCO that offer the same high quality, engineered, designed, and manufactured in the USA.
Good. All right.
Okay.
Well, no, let's leave it at that.
Okay,
Very good.
thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
your
coming
time.
by.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Brody. My name is Steve Smith. I'm the editor of PHC News Magazine, and today I'm joined by Nate Lazenga, Senior Product Manager of Valve and Actuation at NIBCO. Nate, this looks like the 585 HP Paul valve.
You're
Tell us
correct.
about it.
Yeah, sure. So this is the newest innovation from NIBCO. It's a result of a large Voice of the Customer initiative we did back in 2018.
Okay.
We went around the country and we went to 25 different cities. We met with over 120 contractors, engineers, journeymen, folks who interact with our product on a daily basis, and asked them what's the biggest pain points in the industry. And out of that initiative is this valve.
Okay. What were some of the pain points?
Yeah, so there were some certain pain points about the fact that you have to adjust the packing on every single valve once it gets installed, the fact that you have to use a specialized wrench to do so, the fact that certain handles will interact with adjacent equipment that from prefabrication, they might not see the whole picture, and it might interact with something adjacent where the handle swing, where they have to cut the handle or bend it or move it out of the way.
All right. All right.
And this is our response to that.
Okay. So how did you address those pain points?
So we have a triple sealed stem where we've got two high temperature polymer EPDM O-rings in conjunction with the PTFE packing and the pack nut up at the top.
Okay.
It's in such a configuration that you can remove the handle, remove the pack nut, and you can replace the packing up there on the PTFE. And you can also adjust the pack nut with just a standard adjustable wrench or a pair of channel locks to get at that. Whereas with a traditional ball valve, it's sort of buried underneath the handle, and you either have to remove the handle to get at it with a normal size wrench, or you have to use a special packing wrench.
Okay.
In addition to that, we added a reversible handle where, let's say you install a valve somewhere and it happens to interfere with an adjacent piece of equipment, simply remove the stop pin from one side, flip the handle around, and reinstall the valve, reinstall the stop pin, and it looks professionally done, and as if nothing wrong ever happened, rather than cutting the handle down and bending it out of the way, right?
Right. And you can do that with this. And
you can do that with all 585 HPs, whether it's a half inch, a 3/4, all the way through.
All right.
And one of the coolest bits of technology that we've packed into this valve is laser welding.
Okay.
Laser welding is a technology used in manufacturing, in other manufacturing areas such as automotive, aerospace, oil and gas. It's readily accepted in virtually all other forms of manufacturing, but hasn't been brought to our field until now.
Okay.
So what we did is we replaced the traditional threaded connection between the body end and the body and added a laser welded connection. So what we do is we shine a high intensity laser right at the weld seam and right here, it melts the material and then it re-solidifies almost instantaneously, creating a very high quality.
Right here.
Exactly right. Yep. A very high quality, machine controlled process with great repeatability, and we're so confident in this valve that we have increased the pressure rating from the traditional 600 psi up to 1,000 psi with this new welding technology. In addition to that, we have increased the standard warranty period from traditional 5-year all the way up to 10-year manufacturer's warranty.
All right, very good. Well, very confident of this new technology.
We are indeed.
And again, it's very important that everyone realizes it's the first time that a PVF manufacturer has used laser welded technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
So it's used on this. What other applications or valves would we expect to see from using this laser welded technology?
As of about a year ago, maybe a little less than, we started sneaking laser welding into our product lines. We added it to our 480 check valves, our inline check valve, as well as our large diameter 585 ball valves.
Okay.
Other manufacturers, once you get above the 2-inch ball valve, they derate the valves down to about 400 or 300 psi, depending on the manufacturer. We maintain the same 600 psi all the way up through the 3-inch ball valve.
Okay.
Because of the laser welding.
Okay. So you have, as you say, snuck in some laser welding into existing product lines.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything new? I mean, this is new, obviously, but is there something also new down the road?
Yeah.
That we
So
can expect?
we're continuing to innovate and add to the product line. We have. We're looking to go larger sizes. We're looking to go smaller sizes. We're looking for other applications where this may find a nice home, and certainly more configurations with end connections and other stuff like that.
Okay. And so, how does this? I mean, you did mention some things, but how does this valve measure up to your competitors?
Well, it has best-in-class manufacturer's warranty at 10 years, best-in-class CWP and cold working pressure ratings, best-in-class triple sealed stem, the accessible pack nut, the reversible handle. All those things are things that came out of that Voice of the Customer initiative that I mentioned earlier that simply aren't being addressed by other manufacturers today.
Okay.
And we
it's
see
interesting this roundtable of contractors that you met with and identified some pain points. Any other products that are worth mentioning that are kind of in the works, maybe on other
stuff?
Points,
yeah. So we've joined. So NIBCO recently acquired Webstone, and they're very good at taking a lot of products and then packaging them all together into a smaller package, less assembly, less time. And we've tried to follow suit with certain things. So we now have a inline check valve combined with a ball valve all in one, which is great for a chemical sink or a mop sink. Anytime you don't want to make sure that you can't have any backflow of chemicals or anything getting back into your potable system, you can install this combination valve and you're off and running. We also have a slip valve, which is basically, it looks a lot like just a press valve, but one end is extended about 3 or 4 inches, depending on the side, and that allows you to add the valve to an existing line or to replace an existing valve.
Very good, okay. Well, one last question. I mean, you mentioned a lot of new products and things, but what else overall can readers expect from your company in the future?
So overall, I think we're looking to do a lot more testimonials. Certainly highlighting the features and benefits mentioned here with the 585 HP. Talking about how the features of the valve save them time, money, and effort, and embarrassment, and so. We're certainly looking to do that in addition to line extensions, and we're continuing to innovate and use this new technology.
Okay, well, when you get some case studies, let me know.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nate.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Smith. I'm the editor of PHC News Magazine, and today I'm joined by Lisa Lyon, the sales and marketing manager at Webstone, a brand of NIBCO. Lisa, let's just get right into it. I know we've been waiting around a little bit, but what are some of the industry trends that you're seeing right out there right now?
We see a number of trends pretty consistently. So looking for efficiency and like water conservation, in ease of installation, in ease of service. Also looking for health and safety as well are some major trends that we see.
Okay. And what's Webstone doing to cater to those needs?
A couple different things, actually. So we have spent a lot of time in recent years focusing on our line of thermostatic mixing valves, and that's going to respond directly to the water conservation and the safety, actually. So most recently, we've launched an ultra compact TMV that has a flow rate of down to 0.25 GPM, so really minimizing the amount of water that's used. Nice and small little body, perfect for an under the sink application.
Okay, good.
And to that end, we're always looking at ease of installation. That's kind of our bread and butter. It's what we do.
Right. Okay. Now, Webstone's been in business a long time, and there's a product that's called the Isolator Flanged Ball Valve, and that's been around, changed the way contractors think about their work. What does Webstone have in store that's kind of like that, I guess?
So we're always looking at the repetitive assemblies. So if you're doing this thing over and over again, how do we make that task easier for you? So this is one of the products we have coming out for 2020, and it does just that. It takes the opportunity for when everyone's doing an installation of, they got a run going across in their installation, they're pulling branch after branch after branch to go up to the different zones. So Webstone said, all right, well, I can go ahead and do that for you. We're going to build the T right into the ball valve for you and save you all the labor to actually do that connection. So that's going to be available to us later in the summer. So that's one of the labor-saving products that we actually are planning to come out with.
What is this formally called?
It's not formally called anything. It's called I'm going to make it in the field.
All right. So
but this is the T-ball. It's a time saver.
Okay, the time saver. Available when?
This summer.
This summer. Okay. So that's that.
Yep.
And then what are these other two?
And this little guy we've got here, this is a PEX by press transition fitting. So you've got the press on the one side here, and the PEX connection over here, 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch. This product does come with the thin tube stiffener that you're going to need to be able to install directly onto a radiator baseboard. And what's nice about this is that when you're installing it onto those baseboards, you need to put a vent in some conditions. So this product offers you 2 different venting options. You can, if you're running your press in this direction and your PEX is coming out this way, you put a little coin vent in the top here. But if you're running your PEX this direction and your press is coming up from this direction, you move the plug and put another vent on the top here. So it just gives you a little bit of flexibility, less things for the installer to carry on the truck, fewer things for the wholesaler to carry in their SKUs.
Okay, and when is this also available
later?
Spring. In the spring?
In the spring.
Okay, and this doesn't have a name either?
It's a dual vent elbow.
Dual vent elbow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
And this last one?
And the last one we have here is a new joinery method for Webstone. This is iron pipe press. So it's designed to be pressed either onto galvanized or black iron pipe. So for a water or a gas application, this particular one is for the gas application, designated by the yellow dots on the body of the valve itself. Similar to some other products that are available on the market, but this one is manufactured from brass instead of carbon steel.
Okay. Perfect. All right. That's a good rundown.
Lots of new things.
Now, what about the tankless water heater market? I mean, I write a lot about that, of course, and that's more and more of a thing these days for sure. what's going on there? How do you?
So tankless is, we all know it's growing in popularity,
yes.
right?
And so I know the past you've been very active in that. So tell us about that and what's going on right now.
Sure. So as the tankless has become more popular, we see more and more options available for servicing the units themselves.
Yeah.
So Webstone actually was the company that developed the first servicing kit for the tankless water heaters. So as more and more players have kind of come into the field and the tankless water heater manufacturers are changing their designs, there's a cause for us to react to that as well.
Okay.
So we see now that some of the manufacturers will include the flush valves into their designs. Or they will, instead of having the bottom mount connections, they're moving them to the top to talk about replacement for the traditional tanked units. So we design valves that are going to serve those needs.
Right.
So for the top mount or the integrated flush, ones that have the integrated flush valves, we do have a union ball kit. So it's color-coded union ball valves you just install into the inlets and outlets of the unit, and you can still perform the isolation, but you don't need to when the flush is integrated elsewhere.
Okay.
Then for the traditional style where the flush valves are not integrated yet, space is becoming more and more of an issue. So you'll see us come out with very shortly a new tankless water heater service valve option that's 30% smaller than the other products that we have on the market today.
And we were talking beforehand about this movement toward smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Both, I guess, the inside of the tank as well as literally the real estate, the basement, whatever, mechanical room.
Right.
So what's going on there?
So in certain areas of the country, every square inch counts, whether it's in the mechanical room or the home itself. And some places real estate is very, very costly. So if we can make our valves even smaller, take up less space, you're leaving real estate to accomplish something else in the building or in the mechanical room.
Okay, so that's not going away anytime soon.
Oh no, not going to go away, no.
Okay, all right. Anything else to talk about with water heaters? Tankless, I should say?
Tankless is good. I mean, it's always a strong product for us, and we're eager to support the industry.
Good.
So we're happy with some of the upcoming products that we have to launch for that.
Now, I guess we did talk a little bit about pipe joining here, but I know you got some more things to talk about in terms of what's on the horizon for pipe joining trends. What's going on?
So, I mean, obviously, there's just more and more movement towards press, and so that's kind of our response to with this IPP product, the iron pipe press. We want to be able to say, hey, iron pipe still has a place in a lot of areas of the country. Let's bring this fast joining methodology to that pipe as well.
Okay.
So we're really excited to be able to have this product out and available this year. Yeah.
All right.
And then press, just in general, it's more and more products becoming available. We've also got PPR, PPRCT in the mix, and then the transitions from press to PEX has really been a very important focal point for us.
And I'm kind of curious what you hear from contractors. I mean, obviously there's one school of thought that, oh God, this is new and I don't want it, and then there's another school of thought, well, we don't have people to do this work and I need it done, so here's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So what do you hear out there from contractors?
There are certainly the people who are out there that are traditionalists, that they want to use a torch on everything, and that's great, and that's fine, and that's a skill, and I think that's really important for the industry. But we're always looking for, how do you do things faster? How do you work smarter? How do you do more with less time? And there's so many different facets that go into being a mechanical contractor or a plumber, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of skill. And if we can make some part of that a little bit faster, then and we've helped that day a little bit, that's really what
there's
our
a whole
goal
lot of
is.
other tradition that you'll leave alone.
But
this one gets you in and out.
Gets you in and out.
And you can go to that traditional stuff all that more sooner. Very good. Well, one last question. What do our readers expect from Webstone in the year ahead?
You can expect another NPD new product development full year. We've got launches scheduled out well into the fourth quarter already. Lots and lots of new product. Lots of options available in press, in the iron pipe press, in fittings, in thermostatic mixing valves, in the tankless water heaters. It's a lot. So we like to have a lot of new things, and we're going to deliver another year full of it.
Perfect. Okay, so stay tuned, basically.
Stay tuned.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks again, Lisa. Thank you for coming
so much
by.
for having me.
Thank
I
you very much.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.